men to be more open, be able to be more comfortable in being themselves and not having to feel like they have to live up to a standard that other men.
Because then it would end up being more attractive to women, but they're trying to impress men.
Listen, oh my gosh, y'all! I just listened to a podcast about that. It was a K-pop podcast, but hear me out. Just like talking about the female gaze and the difference from like the male gaze and the female gaze, and like a lot of the things that we have marketed to us in the West, like a lot of the like heartthrobs and men that are marketed to us are really based off the male gaze. Like when you see those like rippled muscled guys doing these different things and stuff like that, or they're just very masculine, or not just very masculine but very aggressive, like media. Yeah, that's like, they think that like that's what women want, or like one, she was talking about like how dick pics, like women don't like dick pics, but men think
random ones.
Yeah, but even then it's not just the dick, it's about like him being vulnerable and sending me the dick pic and be like, wow, I have control of you to send me this dick pic, like. But anyway, like, yeah, I think men don't understand like how women are emotional, and so when it's just like you're focused on like, I don't know, your macho personas don't do anything for women
at all.
They don't do anything for women, and so it's way more attractive to me when a man is like, I am working on myself. I'm working on myself physically, as far as like doing my skincare,
I'm working on my making sure I'm healthy,
going to a therapist, working on making sure I'm okay for myself, because men, y'all want kids, y'all want a future generation, but you think I'm gonna have a baby with a man who don't know how to communicate, who hasn't acknowledged the things that his parents have put him through, and how he can't, and how he's not gonna do this to his kids, because it's just gonna keep being a cycle if you don't work on those issues. And I just feel like men really struggle with that, and I really want them to fix it. And I think also another thing that I've seen on Twitter is like a lot of men try to like place the blame on women, and it's like,
say that we don't create a safe space for them.
But every man that I have been with, speaking from my own experience, has felt comfortable crying around me, has felt comfortable being open and being himself around me. And I've never, in my friend group, I've never experienced a man who hasn't opened himself up to that girl like that. It's really when they get around their friends that they feel like they can't be who they really are. Like they can't open up and talk about these emotional things because y'all don't have these safe spaces. And another thing is, why do women have to build those safe spaces for y'all? Y'all have stuff y'all need to fix inside of your community and then bring it out.
Also, why do y'all have such questionable friends? Like y'all's friends are not your friends for real. Why do y'all never really have good friends? So then it's like, what do you make friends out of? Like, what is your decision maker for friends?
Oh, you know how people always talk about like how men are the biggest like groupies for men with money?
Yeah.
In the same way that men think we like judge them and like hold them up to a certain standard, they hold each other to that standard, and so that's how they make friends. Like, they're like, oh, he getting money, big bro getting money, blah 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 blah, and that's how they make their friends. Or he got bitches.
Because why would you stay friends with a guy who you know would sleep with your girl? And then some guys like to be like, oh, if he slept with her, that means she wasn't mine for real. But he's supposed to be your friend.
That is true.
Because even if she was like, oh, I'm not taking that guy seriously, he's just like someone I'm with, but I'm not taking him seriously, I still would never sleep with him. It's weird. Y'all are not friends for real.
And they always come from women, but it's like, I've experienced close friends. I've seen women have these tight, close friendships with each other, and just men, y'all are something, everything about men's society, like men as a species as a whole, y'all need to really reevaluate that. Y'all really need to sit down with each other and like figure it out. I know y'all need to have a nationwide chapter meeting. International,
because it's like, guys will be like, oh, he only slept with her because I told him I wasn't taking you seriously. But the thing is,
I would be grossed out to sleep with someone that this girl that slept with.
The thing is, even if I was not taking you seriously, I would not immediately be like, that means I can sleep with him. I would still think about it and be like, what? We'd still talk about it. Like, why do y'all not have that? That's weird.
Yeah, it's gross. Y'all
are not friends. That's not how friendship works. It's weird. Y'all are weird. No judgment, but like weird.
Just worry about yourself and what makes you happy. But I do think it's because men just want women to be humble and that's a problem.
They do,
and I don't understand that because women, most educated,
period,
they're making more money.
period.
Probably more than men.
A lot of entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs are women.
So it's like, why are y'all trying to humble women? Why? We don't need to be humble. We don't need to be humble. We know that we are now able to make better choices in the type of men that we like are the men that we want in our lives. I'm not trying to be like my mama or my grandma. Your granddaddies was out here cheating. Your granddaddies had 3 different families. I don't want that no more. I
hate on Twitter when they be like, how come back in the day everybody stayed together but now everybody's breaking up? Because the women have sense now.
Exactly.
Well, not sense, but like they're able to leave. They're able to survive on their own.
Exactly.
The argument it's not gonna stick.
It's not sticking because a lot of times these women needed men to take care of them because they didn't have the same opportunities that we have today. So yes, if you ain't shit, I'ma leave you because I don't need you. I can take care of myself. So now you guys have to step up. You have to be at a higher standard, and women can uphold these standards because I read statistics about how like, especially black women, because black women are like, they're dating how can I explain this? Their dating pool is a lot smaller, and they try to focus on black women are the ones who try to like date in their race the most. And because we are more educated, our dating pool is smaller, and so a lot of black women end up having to date down, and that affects them negatively financially and emotionally. And it's like, why? It just makes no sense for a woman to date down, especially when it's going to affect her negatively. So maybe just step your game up. Maybe, do better for yourself. Try to like find someone who's in the same tax bracket as you or in the same standards grouping as you, or just let people live. Like, I don't know, it's just always men, but I just think it goes back to the toxic masculinity thing about men and their need to humble women. I don't really women need to be humble because y'all ain't shit.
Y'all think you're the shit,
but you're not. And then
where's the shit?
The other thing was like, men think they're the prize. Like, okay.
Oh yes.
Okay. Like, I personally don't believe in like prizes, like, or specifically titling one gender as a prize and another, because like there's a woman who could be like, she is a prize, but then there's a woman who could be like, okay, you need to calm down because you need to focus on yourself right now.
The thing is, I personally believe, I've seen a lot of memes that say this, and I agree with them, that I do believe that the men are trying to fulfill the girlfriend role. And although I don't agree to all gender roles, I do feel like men are very like, well, I'm the one who needs to be wine and dined before I wine and dine you. Whereas if I stick up to any gender role, it would very much be the one where it's like, you're the man, why are you not coming to me? That's for me, speaking for me. I just personally like for the men to come to me.
I think a lot of
with that said, a lot of women feel that way. With that said, I do feel like men are trying to be like in that role where it's like they want the woman to prove to them that they're worthy of the man showing them the love and affection and the money spending and all that stuff.
Men will see that you like them a lot and they'll see how far they can go with it. Like, they're like, okay. So that's why I'm just like, no, a man does have to prove. Like, I would prefer for a man, especially in where I am right now, I would prefer for a man to come to me and show me, because I feel like men are a lot more flaky. Like, y'all are a lot more less like hesitant for commitment, and y'all are more hesitant to settle down. And so it just means so much more when y'all are like, hey, no, I'm serious about you. Like, come on, I'm ready. And that's when I'm like, all right, you putting in this work. Let me give you what I can give, let me give you back what you've given me, and then some. And it's but I don't agree that you talking about I need to take you out on a date first. Like, did I ask you out on a date?
Yeah, and that's why I don't like it. I do agree that men nowadays are trying to fulfill the girlfriend role and try to make you prove yourself first. I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to it at all.
Women need to like talk down on that
because yeah, women are willing to commit. They are willing to spend their paycheck on you. They are willing to do the fucking most. It's been proven. I've yet to meet a girl who's not willing to. Whereas men, all of them, basically 9 out of 10, are flaky. And so, yeah.
I'm not gonna put in all this effort
to prove myself to you.
and you just take it and run with it. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. I'm not doing that no more. I can't. It's stressful. It's stressful. Like,
Can't get my money back.
I
Can't get my time
I
back.
can't get my money. You know how much money I would probably have if all the money I spent on men in my past like appeared back in my bank account. Girl, the girl would be rich. Let me tell you something.
And men be like, I don't want to pay for the first date.
And I don't understand why men think that. Like, why is that becoming this narrative that like women don't want to do stuff for men and all that stuff? You can see that in all types of women, like even rich women. Yeah,
And then be like, women trying to be city girls, trying to use you for your money. Y'all don't got no money.
y'all don't got no money.
Y'all don't got no money.
Y'all don't got no money, and that's why I say I don't like Future. Hear me out. Because men will listen to Future and be like, yeah, he right, he's spitting, he talking that talk. Y'all not Future. Y'all ain't got no money. Y'all ain't got nothing to chase after. Calm down, sit down, little baby.
That's why they be like, oh, girls love Megan and the City Girls, which we do love Megan and the City Girls, but like because they love Future and they embody Future, they be like, oh, they finna be trying to be like the City Girls.
The City Girls and Megan not even like the City Girls and Megan for real. Look at Megan taking a picture on her knees in front of that man.
I love that picture. Insert here.
I'm disgusted.
Like, let's talk about it. Listen, I listen to a podcast. And this man is always complaining because he feels like black women who date white men are praised, but black men who date white women are not praised. And let me tell you why. Black women who date white men do not go to the bottom of the barrel to find the white men that they are enjoying.
And when they do it, they don't be like, oh, I started dating white men because black men ain't shit. They just be like, bro, I just wanted someone who loved me.
And he
loved me.
Black men be like, black women are loud, they're disrespectful, I can't fuck with none of them. And then they go and date
The bottom of the barrel.
the bottom of the barrel and then don't understand why it's not being held to the same standard.
Yeah, like
And then want to be like, oh, y'all can do this, but we can't do that. Y'all can, and y'all do, but also another thing is y'all be using it as like how we said to impress your friends, because a lot of men currently in the podcast they were talking about how athletes and stuff be dating white women because the other athletes be dating white women, and then the men who want to be athletes be dating white women because the athletes be dating white women, and it's all still to impress men because the person that they look up to dates a white woman, which is weird.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely, because I'm gonna be honest, I used to be someone who was like, black love, I only want to date a black man. Which I still do love black men. Y'all is amazing. Y'all are beautiful. Amazing. Y'all do be stressing me out. But yeah, but I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, I want someone who loves me at the end of the day. You know, if it's someone I can vibe with, someone I can connect with, I don't care if he is black, white, Mexican, Asian, anything. Why you had to say Asian like that?
I said Asian normally. I just said the same time as you.
I don't care if he he could be any all of the above. And I just want someone, at this point, I just want someone who like respects me and love me, because it's very draining to just date people, and it makes your dating pool so much like smaller, and then it's frustrating because you see these black men dating openly and they're having a great time. So girl, live your life. Just find someone who loves you. Find someone who pours into you as much as you pour into them. It don't matter where you come from. You're not leaving your community behind. Like I've seen some people who say like, oh, you can't be pro-black if you're dating outside your race. Like
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that, because I can still advocate for my people and speak out for my people and have someone who's not of the race, especially because that's so important to me. I'm making sure if I am dating outside of my race, I'm going to make sure they understand the struggles that a black person experiences, while I also understand the struggles that their culture experiences if they're not a white person, you know.